another episode of I Be Ballin with your girl Ashley. I be ballin. Let go. I'm about to talk about Game 4 WNBA Finals. It was the New York Liberty versus the Las Vegas Aces, and whoa. That was a great wire-to-wire game. As you know, the Aces won back-to-back. They won back-to-back. Like that Drake song, you know what I mean? It was a great game. It was the closest game of the WNBA Finals, all couple weeks long, because a lot of the games was like blowout after blowout. Now we finally get, a taste of that close wire-to-wire action. Because even in the regular season, the games weren't close, A'ja Wilson finally got that Finals MVP. You heard me? Look, before the game, I thought, the Aces, they're going to get them in Game 5. The Liberty are going to win Game 4. That's not what happened. When it looked like, the Liberty were just going to take it all the way home, the Aces kept battling back, and eventually they took the lead. They just kept battling back. Becky Hammon was like, we're going to throw, everything in the kitchen sink, and see what sticks, She said something like that, and they was doing all different type of defenses, and, at times, the Liberty, they was making a lot of shots, right? But at times, their ball movement, it got, sloppy. The Aces was digging in those heels. They were missing 2 starters. Chelsea Gray, former Finals MVP, and they were missing Stokes, who's a great rebounder, defender. Gray, she's the point guard, filming the film, she can rebound, score, especially the mid-range. So a lot of people was like, can they win Game 4 without her? And Becky Hammon and everybody was like, we believe, we can do this. We battled adversity all year long. The game was tied at 64-64, and then, the Aces, they scored 6 straight points. Jackie Young was doing her thing. A'ja Wilson, man, she put the team on her back, man. Said, I take this personally. They voted me third. I finished third in MVP voting. She took this personal. All finals, all playoffs. Took it personal, like that Michael Jordan Last Dance. Took that personal. And we still don't know who voted 4th place for her. We still don't know. She put the team on her back, man. And it didn't matter. It was 3 players on her. It was JJ hand out, Stewie hand out. It didn't matter. She was like, splash, and one. It didn't matter. A lot of players stepped up. It was a whole team effort. Becky Hammon, man, she's got to be one of the best coaches ever. Not just, WNBA. I'm going to say ever. She's actually the third coach to start off winning, titles in her first 2 seasons. She became the 3rd coach. Oh, and shout out to CP3, Candace Parker. She's the first player in WNBA history to win 3 chips with 3 different teams. Lego, Lego, Lego. You know, the Sparks, the Sky, now the Aces. And shout out to Asia Wilson. She got that finals MVP now. You know, she averaged like 21 points, 12 rebounds, maybe like 2 blocks in the whole finals. In game 4, she got like 24 and 16 rebounds. She was balling. George, she took Stokes' place. She knocked down a couple of threes. She made some good shots, good passes, good chemistry with Plum. Sydney, she came off the bench, you know, with that defense. She made some shots, you know, and she was funny. After the game, she was like, night, night, everybody that didn't believe in us, everybody that counted us out, night, 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 bye-bye. And, you know, that New York crowd they was not pleased. They was like, boo. A lot of tears of joy from Clark, Plum, Asia, Gray. Everybody was crying. AC, you know, she lost her dad before the season during the summer, so she was talking about how like that was inspiration to her, and it's like they all banded together. They went through adversity, like what Plum said about, you know, they were sued and arrested. A lot of people didn't find that funny. It's kind of like when you're on top, people think, hey, everything's all wonderful when you're on top. They don't see, you know, the trials and tribulations that it takes while you're on top to stay on top, right? Or to, you know, actually get through. They finally won a championship last year to finally get through. And even Plum said, you know, a lot of years they weren't so super, you know, and it takes more than just a couple of months. You know, I don't know if that was a dig at the Liberty. You know, they got the 2 MVPs, you know, during the summer, you know, salute, you know, and, you know, a lot of people counted them out. When the Liberty formed, people was like, the Aces, the Aces, because, you know, the Aces, they didn't really have a lot of depth, and, like, the Liberty, they had a great bench. All of their players were healthy, you know, for the whole finals. And you think you're at home, right? You're not missing any key pieces. Your team's healthy. You should win this game. But like, this is what I said after the game. I said they played with their food. When you have a 10-point lead, when you're winning by double digits, you gotta stomp on them. You gotta get them while they're down. You can't just let them continue to come back in the game, and then eventually take the lead, right? If your season's on the line and you gotta, you know, get it to a game 5, you know, why not have it be a blowout? No, you let them stay in the game, because all they needed to do was, you know, continue to chop away, you know, your little lead, and stay in it to the end. And that's what they did. And what you should have did was, you build it a good lead. Then you keep that lead and continue to add to it. You get some rest. Then you go to Las Vegas. But no, you didn't do that, did you? You didn't do that. Stewie only had 10 points. That wasn't a good MVP performance. It wasn't good. You know, it was like she took 17 shots, maybe made 3. it wasn't good. It was just brick after brick, and then they gave her the ball at the end of the game. Great defense by Clark. 6th Woman of the Year. Great defense. Good help from Jackie. They double teamed. Stewie got the ball out of her hands, and they, good ball movement eventually made it way to Courtney Vandersloot, who actually had a good game. 19 points. It didn't even hit rim. It didn't even hit rim. Air ball. And you were at home. You could have. Now, to the Liberty's defense, this is the first year together. They haven't been in that situation, before together. So, if they stay together, continue to build that chemistry, let this fuel them over the summer, they could get back to the finals, right? And, then they'll have more chemistry of playing in the finals together, being in those crucial, intense moments together more, right? But at the same time, you're at home, you healthy, and it's like the battle of the super teams. Who's the more healthiest? That didn't matter. It didn't matter who was the healthiest, because they're missing Chelsea Gray, the point guard, and it didn't. And I'm not saying Gray is very important to their team, but they're like, yo, you might count us out, but we got that Mamba mentality. Asia Wilson, she's the head of the snake. She wanted it. She wanted it. You could see it in her eyes, and she was dressing in all black sweats, black Air Force Ones, black Dookies. She was like, oh yeah, we got another game 5, but no, this is our game 5. Oh, also, back to back. First it was the Comets, then it was the Sparks. Now it's the Aces. It hasn't happened in 21 years. And also Becky Hammon. It's like, NBA, how did you let Becky Hammon just slip through the cracks? Well, she didn't slip through the cracks. You basically was like, no, we don't really want her. She's a woman. We think she's going to take over for Pop. You could have got her. You could have had her. But the Aces are like, thank God we got her, and we kept her from the rafters. But she learned a lot from Pop. And I like that she said, hey, I wouldn't be here without the Liberty. She obviously played with the Liberty. They gave her first chance, and of course she played with San Antonio Stars that eventually became the Aces. But man, that was the way to end the WNBA Finals on a good note. Great game down to the wire. Oh, yo, shout out to all my WNBA fans, Liberty fans, Aces fans, Chicago Sky fans. Oh, and shout out to RC. Make sure I'll put his YouTube channel, in the description. You guys need to go follow him, and make sure you like and comment, subscribe to my channel as well. RC, he talks about Caitlin Clark and, Iowa, and he also talks about women's sports and the NBA. So make sure you subscribe to him. Also, I want you guys to comment what was your favorite part about the WNBA playoffs and the finals, and who do you think's going to win next year? Is it going to be, a healthy Candace Parker and Aces and the Liberty again, and the tale of the super teams again, or is it going to be someone new? Who do you guys have? let me know in the comments. And I just thank you guys for watching all season long.
BG is free, back with the Mercury. Dominate with dunks in the paint. Can you score over BG? No, you can't. No.